Welcome back. This is Call to Freedom. I'm your host, Aria DiMezzo, as always, composer of the music that you're listening to right now, which you can find at soundcloud.com/Aria DiMezzo, as well as a couple of songs that I'm actively working on right now. There's like 5 different versions of one of them and just one version of another because I've been kind of busy. Actually, it's turned out that my days off had been busier than my actual work days as of late. Welcome to the studio, Rich. Speaking of Rich, I sent him a message on Telegram informing him that Rev was, essentially white knighting on his behalf and asked him if he wanted to come over here and help to clear the air. Rich, hold on.
Well, hey, everybody. This is a nobody formerly known as Rich Paul.
Hi, Rich.
So what's your malfunction today, Rev?
Nothing really. I'm glad to see you in the studio. Yeah, it's basically, I should have made that clear that Rich never asked me to say anything or whatever, obviously. I just white knighted on your behalf, Rich, not even because I like you, but because all I'm saying is Aria has a lot of good qualities and I think is a good person at the end of the day, but she has been an explosive a-hole mostly towards you lately, and y'all don't call her out as you should as a coworker erupting on people, and I don't feel that that's fair. That's all.
Okay. Well, I handle my own shit pretty good, and, I have a lot of relationships with a lot of people.
Not Rev. Rich, you can't say words like that.
Oh, good Lord. I'm sorry. I forgot I wasn't uncensored. I'm used to cursing.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either. Michael was the one who actually caught that. I mean, I think we dumped it in time, so.
Let's see. But yeah, I mean, you may not be aware of this, but Aria's going through some transitions right now, and that's a hard thing to do. And when people are in painful positions and stressful positions, sometimes they act out, and sometimes they're looking for help, and sometimes they're just blowing off steam. But, I was in AA for 22 years, so it's like I've had people get really upset at me over something else going on in their life, and you talk to them about it, and sooner or later, hopefully, sometimes people just need to get the emotional pressure off. So I managed to deal with things pretty effectively, but thanks for caring.
No, they're not. And, you guys deal with it fine. And if you're, like I said, the only reason I even took any interest in a few other people who I won't name who are also
He told me 3 times that I sort of took ownership of it, but why wouldn't I apologize or something like that? And I was like, and this is after having read the Facebook message where I pointed out that I did apologize within an hour of it happening to both you and Ian. But and I said this 3 times, and he still insisted that I was not apologizing or something.
Well, no, yeah, you did. So at this point, you apologize. You're not going to admit that you were being an a-hole. But look, I was being an a-hole to you, calling you ugly and a man and all this terrible stuff. But I won't do that. But I'll get off here soon. I know you guys want to continue with the show, but and this is my last time calling. At some point, a long time from now, I do want to call in, not your show, but when Rich Paul is on or Vincent's show. I'm still a fan of the Call to Freedom thing. I'm still even a fan of DiMezzo overall. You're going through some stuff. I get it. But all I'm saying, Rich, like if Aria went to work and she had a coworker who was just always going off or going nuts, just because that person's going through a bad time does not give them the license to be a nutcase to other people. That's all I'm saying,
Now, you seem to have blown this out of proportion.
Oh, it's me again. Right. So, yes. Don't own up again. Okay, that's fine.
So I blew up once, right?
No, you blew up many times. Like 3 of those episodes you yelled at Rich. But anyway, sorry, go ahead. See, you laugh about it, but this is... If
Rich
you get fired
laughed about
from your pizza job, this is why.
Yeah, that was me laughing.
No, yeah.
What do you want from me? Rich is sitting right here. He's laughing about it with me. I mean,
yeah, he's right.
If she gets out of hand, I'll just put her over my knee. But as of yet, that hasn't been necessary.
You could put that on XTube. All I'm saying, Ari, if you did that kind of stuff at your current full-time job, you would have been on final warning or something. So you may laugh at it here, but you think that you're beyond advice. You have a lot of good qualities, but you got so mad that time I called you autistic, and it's why you're good at self-analyzing. Or I'm sorry, psychoanalyzing other people like me. You think I'm a clock? I don't really care that you do.
I want you to shut up for a second. That's what I want. You seem to have missed like everything that I said in the statement about Aria Uncensored, where I pointed out that the entire reason, in hindsight, that I believe I acted in the way that I did was to push it to that outburst that could happen in a more controlled, forgiving, and safe way rather than having an outburst on someone at my other job or out in the streets or whatever.
And that makes it okay?
Well,
Rich, are you okay?
If the people that if the people with whom she had
divert it back onto others. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, he was the one who it was targeted at.
I mean, if you have a need to tie somebody to the whipping post and give them a good spanking, so long as it's consensual, that's all good.
Okay.
What are you looking for here, Rev?
Yeah.
The last thing I'm looking for is that, you know what, I guess Rich Paul in some ways is a stronger and a bigger person than I am, because I would have went off back at you. He called you homeless. She called you homeless. Well, she was homeless before Rich Coley picked her up. She was nearly bashed to death by rednecks with a bat. She'd cut her wrists. Her mother was murdered. Okay, there's so much stuff you could have used. You're a programmer. You make more than any of us if you want to go to work.
Of her so much as a matter of, she got the stuffing kicked out of her a few times by life. Well, who hasn't? I had a wife die of cancer on me. That's not a criticism of me. It's just something that happened in my life that really sucked.
Okay.
Okay,
well, I'll shut up and leave you all to do the show. I just want to say that, and I do appreciate you having me say my piece. I'm not going to call your show again. I'd even recommend it to other people if they're ever looking at libertarian stuff. Rich, always with the jokes. I turn them on to LRN. But here's the only thing, Aria. You have a lot of good qualities, but it's just funny that you don't like being psychoanalyzed yourself. You're clearly insecure about that, yet you'll call me a closet case, even though I've admitted I'm like 3% gay, but you don't believe that because
you're only
totally
97% closet case?
I'm in the closet, yet you've seen what I wear. No, it's funny. I'm in the closet, right, even though you've seen, everybody knows what I wear. I carry weapons. I'm proud of myself. But I'm in the closet because Aria is the bottom for men now when he used to have sex with women when he was straight. Or, it's funny. I'm gay because he's gay. Like, it's funny,
I can't even unpack that.
But you're hiding from yourself. You hate yourself. That's why you can't do Aria Uncensored, because you're miserable, dude. You're more miserable than me. You hate your life. You're a failure to your Christian father, and that's what it is.
Yeah, strippers frequently don't work when they're recovering from surgery.
Okay, I'll get off of here. You guys can say what you want about me. Just know in the end, I'd still have good things to say about you. But Aria, I wish you well there, okay? But you know what? Why don't you do some self-introspection and take responsibility too? That's all. I'll leave you alone. I'll listen to the rest of the show, and then I'm done. I'm not calling in nothing. Hasta luego, my friends. Have a good day.
You too, Rev.
Peace, pot, and peanut butter.
I mean, the most bizarre part of that is accusing me of disappointing my Christian father.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here like face palming because...
You mean your father who art in heaven, or...
No.
Okay.
My actual drug-addicted alcoholic...
I mean, why would you even care what he thinks?
I don't care at all.
Wow.
I haven't cared what he thought since I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
The whole allegation is absurd. Everything about it is absurd. Rev seems to want me to be more contrite than I am. All he essentially did was accuse me of things that I've stated publicly. I've stated publicly on Aria Uncensored that I hate myself.
On that very episode.
Yeah, this is not news to people. So, I mean, I don't know. I opened the episode prior to that by talking about how I'm a person of internal conflict. I mean... That was exactly my point, and the whole thing about how Aria Uncensored evolved and how it just became a weapon for people to use against me, and I was handing them the ammunition to do it.
Yeah, some of them will.
Yeah,
and there you go.
I mean, that's all that was going on there.
So that being the case, it's probably best that you stopped it.
Yeah. I would definitely agree. I was torn about resuming it in the first place because I had previously said, okay, I'm not doing this anymore, but ended up taking, I think, 2 weeks off from it, returned, and was like, no, yep, okay,
And then there was the deleted episode.
Yeah. This one won't be deleted because it was clipped and highlighted as soon as it happened. There's zero chance I'm going to be able to take it down because it's everywhere at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is the Call to Freedom. Don't go anywhere. Now that we got all that settled, we're going to move on.